Tonight's top story, unfolding from the glare of stadium lights to the glare of global headlines, centers around an unexpected moment at a Coldplay concert, one that may have gone far beyond a harmless joke. It began with legendary frontman Chris Martin, a camera, and perhaps a punchline that revealed more than anyone intended. Was it an innocent jest or something darker? Because what happened on that kiss cam could be the unraveling of a secret affair, and it all happened live. In front of thousands, it was July 16th, Gillette Stadium. And Coldplay was delivering their signature emotional spectacle. Working through yellow, fans held up their glowing wristbands, chorused every word, and locked gazes with the kiss cam, a beloved moment of shared fandom. With that slow pan, the screen landed on a couple in the VIP section, seeming tender, almost cinematic. But as soon as the camera landed, they froze. Their arms tightened. Then, almost furtively, they ducked away, faces hidden, heads turned. Enter Chris Martin's quip, delivered with his trademark charm. Either they're having an affair, or they're just really shy. The crowd roared. The stage. It was comedy gold. At the time, no one suspected that comment would act as a match to gasoline. Moments later, video clips surfaced, rapidly. TikTok Reels, Twitter. The reaction wasn't awe, but who is that? A global social media quest ensued. Soon, the couple was unanimously identified. Byron, high-profile CEO of a major tech firm, and the woman, Kristin Cabot, his company's chief people officer. Their kiss cam moment swiftly evolved from a concert-side anecdote to a headline-shaking scandal. And that's where the small joke turned potentially life-altering, because in that kiss, and that joke lay a tangled web of power, trust, and unanswered questions. A CEO and his HR head removed from productivity and placed under scrutiny. A relationship possibly crossing workplace. Boundaries with one public tease from a superstar unveiling it all. Let's unwind this story from start to finish. Chris's comment launched the moment into a global joke, but soon darker whispers overshadowed the giggles. Conversation shifted from cute moment to workplace scandal. Commentary morphed to speculation about improper relationships, conflicts of interest, and code of conduct violations. The timing of the arrest, kiss was particularly awkward. Both executives had recently overseen internal changes to the company's corporate gift and travel policies. Some say those changes now look more strategic than standard. This just coincidence? Or preemptive damage control? Within 24 hours, the fallout reached the corporate world. Byron was placed on administrative leave, presumptively, while the company's board launched an investigation. The firm's statement. Careful, vague, but telling. Leaders are held to the highest standards of conduct and accountability. Meanwhile, social media buzzed with questions. What now? What will happen to the woman in the video, the HR chief? She's still part of the company? When does an innocent kiss become a corporate ethics violation? But the ripple effects go deeper. For employees, this kiss cam snafu has become a symbol of fractured trust. They were expecting transparency, integrity, leadership. Instead, they got a murky relationship revealed with a punchline. The internal culture is shifting. Some staff concern about favoritism. Others ask if SEPT, WAIF. They talk about strained. Team dynamics scramble to avoid bias and wonder if they're being paid fairly if favoritism is at play. Let's rewind to that kiss. The execution was lightning fast. Freeze frame, gasp, scramble, fret, hide. The moment shattered illusions. Here were two senior executives, married couples, professional roles, caught seeking refuge from a public display. It wasn't there. Couples therapy or private vow. It was a frantic retreat. It's a tactical exit from unintended exposure. But the real shocker, Chris Martin's joke made live became the launch pad. In that shared moment of humor, he may have inadvertently triggered a series of calamities. Because once the world saw the clip, the lens wasn't just on them, was on the company, the contracts, the code of conduct, the boardroom. Overnight, analysts began examining stock charts. Investors started scrutinizing leadership stability. Regulatory watchers considered conflicts of interest, and the press rifled through leadership bios. And what about Kristin Cabot? The woman at the center of the kiss cam is no longer just a smiling face on a concert screen. She's suddenly the company's chief people officer in charge of codes of conduct, workplace investigations, and employee welfare, from whom the spotlight turned cold in an instant. Staff are watching how the company responds. Will she stay? Will she resign? Will the organization enforce the same consequences for her role, just as it did for the CEO? Now, we haven't seen a tweet, press release, or Instagram apology from Byron or Cabot. The distance is telling. Silence is loud when people expect answers. Investors hate when leadership is silent. Employees fear implications. Partners await responses. Meanwhile, competitor firms are vying for market advantage, promoting their ethical cultures in contrast to the volatility now trending at one. Gizcam. Friends and family of Byron have reportedly pulled back from public-facing roles. Julie Byron, his wife, has deactivated her Instagram. Corporate events once graced by their unity now seem distant. The investor watchdogs are already asking tough questions. Did company travel funds cover those kiss cam moments? Corporate retreats featuring Byron and Cabot billed to business units? Travel records, dinner charges. Executive lodgings, examined under fiduciary scrutiny, may become key evidence. But here's where it gets trickier. The kiss cam moment was brief, yes, but its implications are sustained. This isn't about stolen glances. It's about strategic judicial criticism. It's about whether workplace romance between senior executives threatens the company's structure, governance, and fairness. Now, for Coldplay fans and concert-goers who laughed at the moment due, they feel different now? Is humor overshadowed by mischief? Just hours later, Thomas, a fan in Section 210, remarked, "We just laughed. Never thought it'd spark headlines." Chris Martin's joke meant, in hilarity, could now echo in boardrooms, legal offices, court filings. It could redefine policy. So what happens next? Here are the big questions. Will Andy Byron return from Levra, resign outright? Will Kristin Cabot face similar disciplinary action or remain in the organization? Will an independent ethics audit comb through expenses and messaging? Will investors lose confidence? Could this slide the firm's valuation? Will corporate workplace romance policies be rewritten across industries? Because it's not just ByronTech at stake, it's a precedent. Where does humor cross lines? When does private affection become public risk? And who leads the message of accountability? One thing's undeniable. This kiss cam moment cracked widescreen, but its fallout won't fit in a highlight reel. Big decisions lie ahead internal. Leave possible resignations, boardroom questioning, even regulatory reviews. As for Chris Martin, his laughter at the moment turned out to be more serious than comedic. Because sometimes a joke reveals more than anyone planned. If you're watching leadership unravel live, if you care about corporate culture, or if you simply can't stop rewinding the kiss cam moment, you've got to stay tuned. Smash that like button, subscribe now, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next breakdown from company inquiries, exec statements, policy shakeups, to the final outcome for ByronTech's future. This viral moment was just the beginning now. The real story unfolds.